You know you're a perfectionist if one day you're ready to conquer the world and the next day all plans are cancelled. Welcome to day 4 of our 10 live mini sessions on perfectionism. I'm so glad that you find these sessions useful, insightful, and even game changing, as one of you told me yesterday. Today, we are talking about an extremely harmful effect of perfectionism, the loss of motivation. And many of the messages that I read are talking about how perfectionism stops you from following your dreams, keeps you doubting about yourself and about your skills, sabotaging your career, one step forward, two step backward. And I know it's a pity because the world needs you. Yes, you, of course, and your skills. And it's a pity if you keep doubting about yourself. So let's see why this happens. I have collected 5 reasons why perfectionism stops our motivation, sabotages our motivation. Reason number 1, comparisons. You know the phrase, the grass is greener on the other side? Yes, exactly this. A perfectionist is always comparing themselves with someone who has been there, done that, or with their even ideal self, the perfect self, because they think that this is how you progress in life, only if you're comparing with somebody who is ahead of you. And there's nothing wrong with looking up to people who have succeeded in life and they are a few steps ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. However, what is going on in a perfectionist case is that this constant comparison is leaving you feeling less competent, less smart, less important, less efficient, less productive, less everything. So that's why it's damaging your motivation. You look at the steps the competitor has done, but you forget to see your steps and to see your progress. And many times you are even doing an unfair comparison by comparing someone's 10 years of work with your 10 days or 10 months. That's why I say it's an unfair comparison. So a perfectionist mind is a magnet for evidence that we are not enough. And we are seeing reality through these distorted lens. So comparison motivation, 1, 0. Be honest and tell me, do you also compare yourself in this exhaustive degree? Let me know in the comments. Let's go to reason number 2, high expectations. There's nothing wrong with having high goals, right? For sure. What's demotivating in this scenario is that the perfectionist keeps looking at the end result so much that they get overwhelmed. It's like when you want to climb up in a mountain. When you look all the time at the top of the mountain, it's very possible that you will feel dizzy already, or scared, or even chicken out. However, if you look at the first 10 meters, then you will feel like, okay, that's doable. I can do that. See what I mean? A perfectionist is obsessed with the end result, is obsessed with the ending destination. So, reason number 3, no celebration. In order for us, human beings, to find courage to continue a difficult, a challenging, a new task, or a project which is important for us, we need encouragement. We need cheerleading. We need some emotional boost. We're not robots so that we're programmed and then eventually we will deliver. No, we need some pushing. So, and this is something that either others do for us or we need to do it for ourselves. However, perfectionists don't celebrate small wins or big victories. Nothing of this. Why? When they achieve a first small goal, they tend to minimize it and present it as, well, that was nothing, like I still have way to go until the final goal. So they don't celebrate there. But also, when they reach the final goal and you expect that now it's time to party or to celebrate, then again they don't celebrate because they have already set the next goal and it's never ending. So when they said that I will celebrate when I will find 5 clients for my business, then when they're about to reach the 5 clients, they say, yeah, 5, it's not, it's nothing. 10 is the goal. When they reach 10, then they say 100. When they reach 100, then they say, I need 1,000. So you see that it keeps going and going forever. So in the end, they feel that they haven't achieved because they haven't paused and celebrated these small moments of progress and of victory, even though they have made huge progress in their life. And that's why I see many times people depressed and utterly unmotivated, even though they're doctors or they're successful business owners or they are university professors or whatever successful profession you can think of. They still don't see it. They still that this is not enough. So since we're talking about celebration, before I go to the next 2 reasons, I need to pause, and I have a special announcement to make, which I promised yesterday, and I'm going to keep my promise. As many of you know already, I have been working on supporting people overcoming this toxic perfectionism, the one that brings anxiety, depression, burnout, sleeping problems, fears, and emptiness in our lives. And some of you already also know I have been working on creating more tools to help those who are really interested in making this change in the mindset, the perfectionistic mindset. The 5-minute or 10-minute live sessions we're doing are great for food for thought. But in order to change the mindset that we have been carrying for decades on our back, we need a more powerful tool. So I am proud to share with you today my online masterclass, which is called How to Stop Perfectionism and Start Living. It's an online course with 4 modules, 32 videos. I can see a lot of thumbs up and hearts. Thank you. 4 modules, 32 videos, worksheet with extra exercises, lifetime access, a secret Facebook group for more support and more accountability, and 3 bonus gifts: monthly live Q&A group coaching calls with me, a 40-page guide workbook on self-care, and 50% off our Mindful Mondays meetings. And do you know why this is a no-brainer? Because the investment for this workshop is 97 euros. But for only these days that we are doing the live sessions, it will be 40% off, which means only 58 euros until the 9th of July. There's no way you can have 4 hours of transformational, life-changing videos and live coaching for only one single payment of 58 euros. Why I'm offering this special discount? Because I'm celebrating my first 2,000 students, because I've been doing workshops many years already. 16 years of working as a psychologist, my first year of the AntiLoneliness Academy, and 5 years of anti-loneliness. That's a good enough reason, right? And we said that we need to celebrate. One of the strongest assets of this course, besides the live coaching calls, is the variety of the tools that I have included there. Emotional tools, cognitive tools, practical tools, which they will help you how to change your mindset, how to work with fear of failure, how to practice self-acceptance, how to learn to let go, how to stop caring about what people will think, how to set goals, and all these without compromising your dreams. This is how we will turn the toxic perfectionism into the healthy one. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in this course. Grab this one-time offer as soon as possible and see the stories and the comments for more information. And of course, I'm here for any questions. Now, let's go to the last 2 reasons for the loss of motivation. Number 4, fear of failure. A perfectionist is an overthinker, as we also said yesterday. And that's a full-time job already, okay? ruminating over worst case scenarios, over past mistakes, over scary stories of failure. And thinking of all these negative thoughts means that they are filled with fear. However, motivation comes from trust, not from fear. Of course, there will be fear when we are starting something new, of course. But it's a one thing to be scared because you don't know how to move on with something new that you have started. And it's another thing to expect that the end of the world is going to happen. That's the difference. And I will talk about fear of failure in our next live sessions. The last reason why perfectionism stops our motivation is that a perfectionist doesn't believe in positive feedback. What do you think about that? Have you experienced that? Are you uncomfortable with compliments maybe? I want you to please share with me your experience. So there's a paradox about perfectionists. Most of them are striving for excellence so that they will be approved and accepted by their environment. However, when people praise them for their achievements, they just don't believe it. The positive feedback doesn't stay with them. So they will either minimize it, like, oh yeah, it was nothing important, or they will think that this praise is out of pity, or it's an exaggeration, or they will consider the person who's giving them the feedback as not important, and they will turn their attention to somebody who is not giving feedback, who is a strict judge, or who's giving negative feedback because they want to get the approval from them, the strict ones, the negative ones. Or they will hear the feedback and they will forget it very soon. And you know why this happens? Unfortunately, because this is all external and there's no anchor internally. In other words, the positive feedback doesn't stick with you because you don't believe it either, because you don't believe that you are enough. There's no self-acceptance. It's like asking people to give you feedback about a person you don't like. Whatever they say, you're not going to like this person either way. It's the same thing. So, comparisons, high expectations, no celebration, fear of failure, and no believing the positive feedback. Which one is your reason? Or if you have another reason, of course. But which one from what we have discussed today or your reason is what happens in your case? I can see a comment that says, I hate being complimented. Okay, I see that. So I hope you got an idea about what happens with your motivation when you are in this perfectionistic mindset. And this is what we're trying to change. That's why we're having these sessions, and that's why I have also built this online course. We're changing the mindset, and we have to hear it very, very often, all the time. So in the next days, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. In the next days, we will talk about fear of failure, the connection between narcissism and perfectionism, the difference between toxic and healthy perfectionism. And also another question that somebody asked me as well, and I find it very useful, how not to pass perfectionism to the next generation, to your kids, and also how to stop the cycle of perfectionism. We are going to spend the next 6 days, because now it's day number 4, answering all these questions. So see you tomorrow. Take good care of yourself.